Imagine two neighboring apartments in the same city, same area, with comparable rent. One belongs to someone making $95,000 yearly. Walking inside, you'll see a 75-inch TV on the wall, a $4,000 leather sectional, kitchen full of unopened appliances, closets bursting with tagged clothing, and a spare bedroom piled with items nobody's touched in years. This person checks their bank account anxiously. They're just two paychecks away from serious trouble. The second apartment belongs to someone earning $52,000 annually. Inside, there's open space, a simple couch, a reasonably sized television, a kitchen with tools that actually get used, a closet of clothes that are regularly worn. The spare room functions as an actual bedroom. This person reviews their finances calmly, with 18 months of expenses saved and 20% of each paycheck invested. Same neighborhood. The person earning almost half as much has nearly 10 times the financial security. This isn't a story about income, it's about the relationship between stuff and money that most people never truly grasp. The higher earner isn't irresponsible with money. They don't gamble or have expensive habits. They simply developed a lifestyle requiring every dollar they make. The lower earner learned something crucial. Owning less doesn't mean living worse. It means living with intention. And intentional living creates financial breathing room that high earners rarely experience. Today, I want to share the minimalist money principles that distinguish people who always have money from people who perpetually lack it, regardless of how much they earn. These aren't about deprivation. They're about understanding that every object carries ongoing costs most people never consider. The first expense is obvious, the price tag. But there's a second cost that most people completely overlook, and it's frequently larger than the first. This second cost includes space, roughly $30 to $50 per square foot annually in urban areas, maintenance and repair, the mental energy required to manage possessions, and opportunity cost. That treadmill taking up 20 square feet costs $600 to $1,000 yearly just for the space it occupies. A boat sitting unused still needs winterization, cleaning, insurance, and registration, about 10% of its value annually. A $30,000 boat costs $3,000 per year simply to own. But there's more. Every item demands attention. It requires cleaning, organizing, maintaining, insuring, worrying about, and eventually disposing of. Research demonstrates that visual clutter increases stress hormones and reduces focus. Your possessions are literally stressing you without your awareness. And then there's opportunity cost. Every dollar spent on possessions is a dollar that never gets invested. That $15,000 home gym setup could have become $50,000 plus in index funds over 15 years. You didn't just purchase equipment, you purchased it instead of future financial independence. When you calculate these hidden expenses, many possessions cost significantly more to own than to purchase. The initial purchase is just the beginning. Ongoing costs continue indefinitely. Minimalists grasp this intuitively. They're not rejecting nice things. They've simply calculated the true price and decided most items aren't worth it. Before buying anything, estimate how many times you'll realistically use it. Divide the total cost by that number. This reveals cost per use, the only honest measure of value. A $200 jacket worn twice costs $100 per wearing. A $400 jacket worn 200 times costs $2 per wearing. The expensive jacket is actually cheaper. This calculation destroys most impulse purchases immediately. That $300 kitchen gadget used twice yearly costs $150 per use in year one, an absurdly expensive approach to the task. Meanwhile, a $30 tool used weekly costs under 60 cents per use. Cost per use also reveals genuinely worthwhile purchases. A $2,000 mattress used nightly for 10 years costs roughly 55 cents per use. Extraordinary value for something affecting your health and energy daily. A $1,500 espresso machine used daily for 5 years costs under $1 per use, likely saving money compared to coffee shop visits. The math cuts through emotion, marketing, and social pressure. It reveals what genuinely makes financial sense versus what simply feels appealing in the moment. Walk through your home examining each possession. Ask yourself honestly, if this disappeared today, would I buy it again? Be truthful. Would you actually purchase another fondue set? Would you replace that bread maker collecting dust? Would you rebuy those clothes unworn for 18 months? For most items, the honest answer is no. You wouldn't replace them. They exist through inertia, not intention, leftover impulse purchases, obligatory gifts, or remnants of past phases. These items have negative value. They consume space, mental resources, and maintenance effort without delivering corresponding benefits. Every hour spent cleaning around